What's up, everybody? Myles Turner here from the Indiana Pacers. I'm excited you guys are able to join me today. As you know, I'm going to take me and Bridget Gibbs over here. We're going to take everybody through a quick yoga flow today. And one thing I want everybody to remember about yoga is that this should be fun for everybody. You know, I want everybody to try and follow along and just try to get a glimpse of of how I work out and doing what I do every day. I mean, a lot of people say, you know, oh, yoga's for girls, or oh, yoga's it's for sissies. Man, I'm telling you, just try this little 20-25 minute class we're about to do and see if you still have the same, see if you still feel the same way. But just real quick, I know everybody's, you know, we're living in some weird times right now, you know, with COVID-19, and it's impacted me directly. You know, you know, a lot of people know that my father had it, and you know, through bless him, and he's doing a lot better now. He's fully recovered, but just seeing what it can do to a family is really opened my eyes on it, and I just want to make sure everybody's taking it very seriously. Man, we gotta practice social distancing. You know, as you see me and Bridget here, we measured it out. We're good, 6 feet-ish apart. Continue to wash your hands. Man, just stay safe out there. You know, during this time off, I've had a lot of time just reflect and just work on myself. Still doing my puzzles, still doing my Legos. Everybody knows, well, if you know me, you know that's what I'm about. I play my video games and just staying in shape, just doing whatever I can to make this time pass by. But really, man, I'm excited. You know, I'm excited that I got the opportunity just to kind of express some of my love for yoga and let everybody else join me. So we're gonna start with a breathing technique. I think one of the most important things in yoga is breathing itself. That makes the class so much easier and that much more difficult as well. So I'll let Bridget explain what the breath of fire is and also let her touch on the breath. So take it away.
Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining us. I love this guy, everything I throw at him.
A little technical difficulties, everybody, my apologies.
Yes, anytime we're done with technology. And so that was our energy of our hearts, I'm telling you. And then so slowly open your eyes and come to your downward facing dog.
So as we get started, guys, just know that it's this practice, it's vinyasa and ashtanga for people that know yoga itself. Most of the poses we're going to be doing are pretty basic, but they're going to start getting a little bit more advanced as we continue. So if you can't do the poses, it's okay. Just come to child's pose, just relax. Just try to follow along, but follow along as best you can, and we're going to get started. Keep going.
Look at that broken toe pose too. Proud of you. And so take a little bit of a bend here in your down dog. Just kind of walking your dog, just kind of swaying side to side. Make sure you're kind of gripping your mat with bridges and domes so you're not dumping into your wrists. And your gaze is kind of at your knees or your belly button, trying to pull that chest through. And so like he was saying, breathing is such an important part. So inhale deeply, big belly comes out. And then exhale, belly goes down. Inhale, belly comes out. Exhale, belly goes down. Inhale, belly goes out. Exhale, belly goes down. And then just taking a few few breaths here. And then slowly coming to a plank position. So in your plank position, make it long, make it strong. So in yoga, we are disciplining our mind through our body. So when it gets tough, we push into the pain. So hold. Make sure your quads are engaged, your hands are pulling back towards your toes, lengthening in the spine. Hold. Come on, you guys got this. Breathe. And then come about 3 inches more forward, lowering just halfway down, and hold on the exhale. And then slowly lower your body all the way down to your mat. I'm told I have to be nice today. And so just take your arms just kind of right in front of you, tuck your elbows in, and just come up to a little mini cobra, kind of pressing your pelvis into the mat. Try to engage your glutes. So we always forget about the glutes. And really, really important. So really trying to make that mind-body connection and breathe. And then slowly lower down. Take both arms out to the side like a big T. And take your left leg and come up and over. And just kind of notice how when you breathe really deeply through the nose, your body will start to open up. In yoga, we're doing nervous system training. And then slowly switch. Again, just noticing how your low back starts to open up. And then slowly coming back. Tuck your toes and step back to your downward facing dog. Taking a lot of weight into your hands. Start to tiptoe up to the front, like really trying to keep all the weight into your hands. Step into your hands and then grab opposite elbows, forward fold. Take a deep bend here in your knees, the first forward fold. And then inhale all the way up, palms pressed together, reaching up towards the ceiling. Gauge your quads, pull your shoulder blades back. Take a little bit of a back bend here. So especially with us all sitting so much, posture is really important. We can start losing our breath with bad posture. And as you exhale, take a little bit more of a back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, step back to your half push-up. Inhale, upward facing. Pull your chest through and hold for a second. Breathe. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take your heels together, bend your knees out wide, take weight into your hands, step or jump. So make sure you're really lightly jumping, engaging your core. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, palms pressed together. And then as you exhale, reaching over to the right, keeping your arms straight and by your ears. Again, working on that posture. Posture retain is so important. Inhale back to center. And then exhale, reaching over to the left. Keeping your arms as straight as you can, palms together because it's harder. Don't cheat and grab thumbs. Inhale back to center. I don't ever let anybody get away with anything. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to your flat back. And exhale, step back to your half push-up. Just getting our body warmed up. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take your heels together, bend your knees out wide, step or jump. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, palms pressed together. And then hands to prayer center. So again, just focusing on a little bit of gratitude. Before I hurt you. Inhale, rise up. And then bend your knees deeply, touch the floor, and reach up. This is everyone's favorite pose. So make sure you can see your toes if you can't sink back further. And give yourself a little micro tuck so we're not dumping into the low back. Breathe and sink lower. Hands to prayer center. Left elbow goes on the outside of your right knee and twist. So take your time to twist correctly, really pressing to twist. And if you're okay here, you can straighten out your arms and come to this way. Or if you would like to advance your pose, because we always want to try more, we can go into a side crow. Good job. And if you're still working on your twist, you can stay here and then coming back up. Woo! Sorry, I didn't mean to call you out like that. Love you, mean it. Exhale, forward fold. Give yourself a second. advance ourselves. It makes us proud. Bend your knees deeply, touch the floor, reach up. Hands to prayer center. Right elbow comes on the outside of your left knee this time and twist. So take your time to twist. Sinking a little lower, trying to get your butt below your heart. And so again, if you can try to advance that pose, taking it down to the side, maybe even trying falling angel. What? Coming back up into your side chair. Exhale, forward fold. Good job, good job. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, step back to your half push-up. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step your right foot between your hands, toes are forward, reach up. Hips are forward, shoulders are forward. Breathe and sink lower. And then on your exhale, open up into warrior two. Back foot is parallel. Keep trying to pull that right knee out. Gaze is over your right fingertips. And then reach forward, reverse your warrior, keeping that bend in the front knee. And then straightening out that front leg. Hinging forward, taking your hands down to your shin, coming into your triangle pose. And coming back to your warrior two. Right elbow comes on the inside of your knee, pressing your knee away. Hand reaches up and over, palms are facing down. So reach forward like a big ramp. See if you can bind that top arm. Trying to work on shoulder mobility. Don't rush the shoulders though. And so get in that twist. Maybe you can take that bottom hand and reach it back behind you, grabbing that bind. And so if this is difficult, stay here, or you could always try to go into a bird of paradise. Which is very not easy. Takes a lot of concentration, balance, core. Awesome. Coming back to your warrior two. Circling your hands all the way down to your half push-up. Inhale, upward facing. Pull your chest through. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good job. So something in yoga, we're trying to control our breath. It's so hard when we get into these really difficult poses. Left leg comes up, stepping between your hands, warrior one. Toes are forward, hips are forward, shoulders are forward. Breathe. Opening up into your warrior two. Gaze is over your fingertips. Your justi is so important in your yoga. Reach forward, reverse that warrior. Really try to find some space all on the side of your ribs. Feeling free in your body is so important. Straightening that front leg. And then hinging forward into your triangle. Yes, and if you can try to reach that bottom arm forward. It's really hard, but we can do it. And then come back to your warrior two. So never give up on yourself. Always try. It's better to try and fail than fail to try, right? Left elbow on the inside of your left knee, and twist, reaching up and over. It's like a big ramp. Palms are facing forward and down, like a ramp. There we go. Like a ramp. And taking that right arm now, if you're working on your shoulder mobility, trying to grab the top of that left thigh. And get a little bit of a twist, really pulling that right shoulder back. And then taking your bind here, if it's in your practice, or if you just want to try it. If you guys are at home alone, nobody's going to see you fall, do it. And if this is difficult for you, you can stay here. You can always try to advance. We're trying to give you different options in your practice today. And just for the record, his leg is taller than my body. So that's pretty amazing. Coming back up into your warrior two. Woo! Exhale all the way down to your half push-up. Woo! Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. Ha! Most people hate down dog at the beginning, and then it becomes their resting pose. So we're always challenging our mind, our body, our breath in yoga. Trying to keep our mindset right. Take your heels together, bend your knees out wide, step or jump. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Take your feet about hip width distance. Take your peace fingers, grab your big toes. And then inhale, look up, pull up, but keep a deep bend in the knee. And then just kind of hinging your body forward, allowing your arms to wing out. Head and neck is soft. Leaning your body weight forward, breathe. And then taking a bend in your knee, reaching up, grabbing the top of your back and coming up. Whew, how did it get so hot in here?
Texas, baby.
I know, right? Wait for him to get you. Anyway, okay. So taking a big step out to your right. Hands up on your hips. Inhale, look up. And then as you exhale, hinging at the hips. Just going all the way forward into your straddle legs. Again, trying to lean that body weight forward, using your core to try to pull your chest through your legs. And then interlace your hands behind you, keeping your palms together so we're not risking our shoulders, and then taking your arms up and over. And then slowly coming up into your Yogi Squat. What? And just take a second to really press your knees out and try to get your spine high. This is so good for so many different reasons. Taking your hands down in front of you and just kind of gripping onto your mat. Come up onto your tiptoes. And then squeezing your knees into the back of your arms, taking your butt up with you. And then just try to lean forward. Maybe you'll play with one leg. You sit here and you really, really try. Or you can take both legs up. Again, if you fall out, get back in. You never know how good you are until you try. And that's a big crow right there. So much concentration, so much more goes into practice than people realize. So just I'm going to give him one thing that he hates. Well, so coming up, broken toe pose. Yo! Coming back onto your heels.
Yeah.
And then coming up into your boat. Hold. So again, we're always trying to take ourselves somewhere else because it's going to get difficult. Your poses are going to be hard. Your breath is going to be out of control, but we hold. Breathe. If we focus on the struggle, that's where it goes. Cross your legs coming up onto your knees. Interlace your hands in front of you.
All right, so for this next pose.
Yes, thank you.
For this next pose, Bridget gets a little ahead of herself sometimes. This is more an advanced yoga pose. If you haven't, it's a headstand. If you haven't done it before, I don't suggest doing it, especially if you don't have any like supervision. But this pose right here, it just takes a lot of core, a lot of concentration, and your breathing is super important as well. So I'm gonna attempt it, but I do want to put that disclaimer out there that please don't attempt this unless you have a yoga instructor or you have prior yoga practice, or
especially not against a wall.
Yeah,
ever,
and don't ever do it against the wall. So
I'm just going to go into where you should start working on, and I'm sure he can show you the rest. So make sure you're interlacing your hands in front of you. Make sure your elbows are just kind of, exactly right underneath your shoulders, and they're not out too much. So you never want to risk your shoulders. Our shoulders are super delicate. And so taking that hairline into the mat, so my head is not going to go into my hands, and I'm not going to be on the top of my head, but I'm squeezing my hands, and then my legs are going to come up into down dog legs. And I'm just going to keep trying to walk them forward. Maybe are you going to?
Oh, I was going to let you do it first.
No. Oh, no. So I'm just going to play where I think people need to start working, which is right here.
And I'll do the actual pose.
And so you can just kind of keep playing, or if you're back here too far, it's going to be so difficult. Don't try to kick up. That's not how we do it. We need to find that foundation. And so coming up and trying to take your knees here, or you can just be a cool 7-foot yogi like that over there. And so yeah, once you get comfortable, you can take those legs back, you can stack, and it just becomes a very comfortable pose. Inversion, breathe. Total body control right here. And then slowly, whenever you're ready, coming back down into child's pose. These are rare. I don't do these much in class, but you can always take a child's pose. Your body, your mind, everything. Your physiology is in a different place every day. So on the days you're good, challenge yourself. And on the days you're struggling, listen to your body. And then reaching both hands over to the right, and pressing, and just kind of pull back with that left hand, getting a nice side body stretch. And then switching sides, pressing away with the left, pull back with the right. Okay.
Yeah, we can.
You want to do Will?
Yeah, we can.
Wow!
Got a little bit of time left. All right, yeah.
Yeah, because I was going to do, you want to do camel or Will?
We do Will.
All right. That's what I like to hear. All right, so taking your heels all the way to the butt. You want to walk us through that?
Sure. All right, so this one, we'll take your heels all the way to your butt. You lie flat on your back. Then you're going to push up, put our hips to the ceiling. We want to make sure that we engage our glutes when we're doing this. We take both hands, interlace them together. Try and work those shoulders in and push up even more. You're going to hold this for a second until you're comfortable. It's another one of those positions, this is it's really going to make you work. So if it's too much for you, back off. You want to challenge yourself, keep going. So next, take both your hands behind you. You're going to push up to your wheel.
And this displays flexibility in so many different areas: chest, shoulders, hips, everything. This is such a great pose. Not an easy one, but a great one. long as we can. And tuck your chin. Very good instruction. Windshield wiper the legs. And bolt! Like my favorite. And then slowly lowering down for 3, for 2, and 1. For time's sakes, we'll go ahead and go into Shavasana, the hardest pose of the day in yoga. This is where we have to just quiet and be with ourselves, which is so hard for people. It was such the hardest pose for me at the beginning. But such an important pose, letting our body absorb our practice.
So for time's sakes, I'm going to speed it up. But with Savasana, that last pose right there.
See how difficult that was? Just that quietness within.
That's a resting pose. So after your practice is done, you want to try and hold that. Really just take as much time as you need. Some people fall asleep in that pose. It's just it's a good relaxing pose. And that was just a small glimpse of what we do. Like we do at least, very least 90 minutes to about 2 hours of a practice. But I've been practicing yoga for about 3 or 4 years now. And I think it's seriously helped my game. You know, being 7 feet tall, 6'11", whatever you want to call it, being 7 foot tall, you have to be able, in playing the position I play, you have to be able to be nimble and be able to be flexible and just, have muscle endurance. And that's another thing that helps with this well. Another thing that's helped me do too is before games, I take time to breathe and meditate, if you will. And I've learned a lot of that through yoga itself. And yoga is not easy, man. I think that it's very underappreciated. And a lot of people are trying it more and more now. And it's something I feel like you can really get into, especially with a time like this where there's not as much for basketball stuff I'm doing. So I appreciate you guys for joining me today. I think it was a quick flow. I'm glad you guys were able to be here and just kind of get a little glimpse of what I do, a little bit of my off-season training. This is just a small glimpse of what I do. I mean, I work out about 3 or 4 times a day. I lift weights, I run, I do my basketball, and I do yoga. So this is just another day in the life for me. Be sure to follow me, Turner_Myles. And also be sure to follow Bridget Gibbs Yoga.
Please.
And get at me, man. I think that with a time like this, I think we need to be thankful for the things that we have. I think me personally, I'm very thankful that my dad was able to fight the coronavirus and be able to pull through. It was very tough time for me. He contracted it on my birthday, so that wasn't the best way to spend my birthday. But I'm thankful that he is where he's at now. Stay safe, everyone. Please remember, social distancing is very important. The only way we can get through this is together. I can't wait to start playing again. Also, wash your hands. Wash your hands is a very important key, and I don't think people are taking it serious enough. But can't wait to be back out on the floor. Indiana Pacers. See you later.
What? And remember.